Hi, my name is Vito Rugani. I am the CEO of Greenway Farms and we are carrot producers. And today I'd like to tell you a story about the discovery of a remarkable product in the form of 21st century carrot juice. It all started about 5 years ago when we realized that 25% to 30% of our production was damaged to some degree in the form of cracks or twisted. And the fresh carrot market is very specific and it needs a nice cylindrical carrot. And it's a waste to degrade a carrot because it's chipped or cracked. And we decided we would investigate making better use of these carrots. So the idea came, we saw that maybe we should be juicing these carrots. And we knew nothing about juicing. So the first thing I did, I got onto the internet and I started scanning the net to find people who were writing articles on how to make carrot juice. And I came across some very interesting individuals and very interesting articles. And one in particular was a professor from the University of L'Aquila who was extremely passionate about carrots. I made contact with this man, and after a week or two I found myself on Rome Airport meeting this gentleman, and he took me to his office, and for 3 days this professor lectured me on the virtues of carrot juice. And his opinion was that it's not a juice because there is no juice in a carrot. In fact, it's a root extract. You have to extract the cell sap out of the cell, and it was in fact a misnomer to call it a juice. If you look at the molecular structure of carrot cell sap or juice, you would see a very common thread, a similarity to human blood. So blood has the role of transferring nutrients around the body. If you cut yourself, blood can heal it. So blood brings everything you need to the point of operation. And it is a source of life, a source of healing, and what have you. And carrot cell sap is in a similar vein. Now, if you compare that to the standard idea of a juice, which is free in the plant and easy to squeeze out, you can't squeeze out the juice of a carrot. And the process was quite complex from a point of view that it was systematic. You had to start at A and end at Z, and at the end of the day you would have a root extract. And the point he made was that the cell sap is inside a cell and it's got a hard cell wall, and that has to be ruptured somehow. And there's a process of softening it up to rupture it so you can get the full extraction. Now, to put it into layman's terms, if you look at a carrot, you pull a carrot out of the garden, a fresh carrot, wash it off, and you take a bite. You can chew that carrot and you can extract some of the cell sap or the juice in the carrot. However, they say it's about 10% of the cells are going to be burst by your teeth. The other 90% are simply going to pass through your digestive system and never be available to your body. If you take a countertop juice extractor and you extract the carrots, you're going to find that you will rupture about 50% of the cells, and that can be clearly seen if you let it stand for an hour or so, that it begins to separate in various layers, which indicates that there's a lot of roughage in the juice and not all of it is cell sap. However, if you do it commercially and you do it as a deliberate process, you can get 95 to 100% of the cell sap extracted without any unburst cells, which means that the difference between drinking a carrot juice that you made in your own kitchen and drinking a commercially extracted one with his processes, you're doubling up the bioavailability. Bioavailability means how much of what you're consuming is actually available to the stomach wall to be absorbed into the body. So when we look at the whole idea of carrot cell sap or carrot juice that's been extracted out of the root, it's probably one of the most investigated or researched beverage on the globe today. More research has been done on carrot juice than anything else, and everybody will tell you how good carrot juice is for you. However, if you go around to the shelves, there's no carrot juice. What carrot juice there is basically reconstituted from a concentrate. It's back blended into other juices, and it's far from what this professor was talking about. He said it's 21st century food that the world is yet to discover. He says this will one day revolutionize our understanding of beverages. And I think I agree with him now in retrospect. The whole idea of bioavailability is something that has to be processed. And this idea of all juices are the same is not true. You have things that have to be extracted that are highly complex, highly beneficial to the body. They say that there's over 100,000 researched biochemical reactions that can happen between carrot cell sap extract and the human stomach wall. But where's all the carrot juice in the shelves? It's because the technology has not been available to harness this and make it commercially available. When we carried on with our research, another aspect was brought to light. And this was very interesting for me because we as carrot farmers, as far back as 2000, we made the decision to embark on a process with our fresh carrots where we would harvest the carrots and within a very short period of time, 2 or 3 hours, have those carrots down to 2 degrees core temperature. And what happens when you do that is that you basically arrest the process of breakdown of the carrot. You slow it right down. And we took shelf life from a carrot just through immediate temperature reduction from 4 days to 4 weeks. And we revolutionized carrots and how they were distributed in Southern Africa. It wasn't something that was visible on the product, but it wasn't long before customers were appreciating the fact that these carrots lasted in their fridge. Let me explain that in more detail. The first thing is that a root is not a fruit. If you look at a fruit, it is something that grows on a tree, and at the end of the season, the tree then makes seed inside the fruit. The apple's got seeds inside, or orange, or whatever it is. At the end of that season, the fruit begins to ripen, the tree fills that fruit with sugars and starches, and it is in fact a reward for an animal to come and eat it, to distribute the seed. So the purpose of a fruit is to reward the palate so that the animal will do a job for that plant. However, if you look at a carrot's very different. A carrot is indigenous to Afghanistan. It grows in the desert. It has to put up with high temperatures, low temperatures, long periods without rain. So the carrot is a pantry of life. And this is clearly evident when you take an apple and a carrot, you pull a carrot out of the ground, you pick an apple off the tree and take them to a dark cupboard or something, put them in a corner somewhere and leave them there, let them get on with it. Come back after a week or 2 or 3 and you will see a radical difference in how they've behaved. First of all, the apple has shrunk, it has changed much of its start to more sugar. But the carrot, what's the carrot done? The carrot's tried to come alive again. It's pushed out new leaves, it's pushed out new roots. So an apple would never ever push out new leaves or try and grow again. But a carrot tries to go again. So what an apple has got is very different to what a carrot has got inside it. The carrot has got everything it needs to bring about new life. And this comes from the complex soup that you find in the carrot cell sap. Now, if you would understand, this carrot goes into panic mode when it's harvested, and immediately it starts burning up this life force that's within it. And you'll find that after a certain period of time, it eventually will have exhausted that life force and it will then die. So now, when you look at it and you measure this life force, it's basically a logarithmic graph that in the beginning it falls very steeply and then levels out. But in those first few hours, if you can arrest that process, you have maximum life force. Our motto is harvested at sunrise, sealed away by sunset. And this whole understanding of the fact that the life force that we'd been harvesting with our carrots as fresh product, where we got them out of the lands as quickly as possible, got the temperature down to 2 degrees, and took the shelf life from 4 days to 4 weeks, was just as applicable in the world of carrot juice. So instead of now packaging them, the broken carrots would go straight into the juice factory and be converted into juice. And within an hour or so, they would be in a box, sealed away. And we call that the golden hour life force capture. We capture the life force by having the carrot come out of the ground and get into the box as soon as possible. And one needs to be a farmer, and one needs to have a juice factory on your farm, next to your factory, to be able to achieve this. And Greenway has exploited this opportunity of producing a golden hour life force carrot juice. Drinking a life force golden hour carrot juice is better than drinking a carrot juice you make in your kitchen for a number of reasons. The first one is that only 50% of the one made in your kitchen, the cells are ruptured. The other 50% is not bioavailable. The second thing is the carrot you have in your kitchen had to be picked by the farmer. The next day it went to market. 2 or 3 days later it went to the wholesaler. Then it went to the retailer. And then you bought it. And maybe that carrot's 15 days old already. So for 15 days it's been exposed to the atmosphere. It's been trying to stay alive. It's been respirating and what have you. So most of its life force has been burnt up because the golden hour principle hasn't been applied. So you've got a lower bioavailability and you've got a lower life force. So it's an education for the customer to understand these things, that a carrot juice that has been extracted and practiced with life force and golden hour is far more healthy, and it's 21st century food. When we started making our carrot juice, a very interesting thing occurred. We gave the carrot juice to our staff, and the people started drinking this carrot juice and enjoying it and commenting how it was very pleasant. But after 2 months, the whole approach towards the juice changed radically. And we were approached by our staff asking if this is something that they will always be able to have. And of course, this didn't make sense. Well, yes, why not? And they then said some amazing things, that this was radically changing their health. In South Africa, we have a big problem with HIV. And one of the characteristics of HIV is the irritated bowel syndrome and general deterioration of health, opportunistic funguses growing on your skin, the lack of energy during the day, especially at the end of the day. And all these symptoms were starting to disappear. And I remembered what the professor said to me. This is 21st century food. This is food that is going to change our understanding of how we should eat. However, this news got to the University of KwaZulu-Natal, and a professor, Colleen Aldous, then approached me saying that they had heard about this product and they would like to come and investigate it. And they came and they've done their provisional studies, and now they have commissioned a full clinical study to investigate golden hour life force carrot juice that has been extracted from fresh carrots, put into a container immediately, and its effect on human health. And what has become apparent is that 70% of your immune system is in your gut lining. And that's where this carrot extract, fresh carrot extract, and the body interact. And it is a soup of life. So there's all sorts of things that are happening between this carrot juice and the body. One thing that became very clear in my conversations with the Italian professor at L'Aquila University was that in order to get the full benefit of the beta-carotene that's offered in a carrot, you have to extract it. It has to be a deliberate process. With his design, with his ideas, we were able to take the beta-carotene extraction as high as 10 milligrams per 100 ml. This is a very high level. A lot of the products we buy today say beta-carotene, but is it bioavailable? Is it in its natural form? So this carrot juice has then been a root extract focused on extracting natural beta-carotene with a very high bioavailability, which is the ideal situation, because now your body's getting the natural beta-carotene, it's storing it, and it's utilizing it to synthesize vitamin A, which then makes white blood cells, involved in white blood cells, involved in the whole immune system and fighting off disease. So somebody who's had is in remission with cancer, somebody whose health has been compromised, the best thing you can have is a rich source of natural beta-carotene, which is this carrot juice extract. The research is one thing and the knowledge is one thing, but to be able to make a commercially available product that does these things is the space that we're in. That's where the excitement is. Because traditionally carrot juice fell into how fruit juices were made. The first thing that one doesn't understand is that a carrot is available every day. It's harvested every single day out of the land and brought fresh to the packhouse. And fruit comes in its 4 or 5 week or 8 week window. And then all the fruit is harvested at once and then gets concentrated. Concentrated means they evaporate the water off it and they reduce it to 1/6 of its volume, which is almost like a pulp or a syrup. The shelf life between the time of concentration and the time of utilization as reconstituted into a fruit juice can be anything up to 3 years. So 3 years after a fruit is turned into a concentrate, it might be reconstituted. What do? They put water back in again, and they have to add a lot of acids and sugar to make this palatable. It's a very different road, and fruit juices have a pH of about 3.2, whereas carrot juice has a pH of 4.5. That means that there's more than 10 times more acid in a fruit juice. Carrot juice, on the other hand, produces an alkaline footprint on the blood. And to explain that, all foods leave a footprint. It's either an acid footprint or an alkaline footprint. The modern diet is a very acid diet. And one of the reasons why cancer is on the increase in modern society is that cancer loves an acid environment. Food is not only about what it is when you eat it, it's about what its effect is of post-digestion. And there are not many alkaline beverages. Carrot juice, beetroot juice, lemon juice, and marginally grapefruit juice. But all other fruit juices are acid. The world is yet to wake up to the understanding of alkaline foods. And the top of that list is carrot juice. One of the decisions we had to make fairly early was the decision, what do we pack our carrot juice in? Now there were a number of options. You could use plastic, you could use glass, or multi-layered cardboard. We decided on multi-layered cardboard for a number of reasons. The first one being that carrot juice is sensitive to light. Light breaks down the carrot juice, so the bioavailability and the life force that's in a carrot, the idea is to capture that and keep it to the point of opening. Light interferes with it. Carrot juice will go brown with time if exposed to light. You can use a green bottle, but a green bottled carrot juice doesn't look very good. We could have gone plastic, the same problem. The only dark environment to preserve the life force was in fact a multi-layered cardboard, as they call it. Also, the storage for is much cleaner. Bottles tend to get dirty when they're stored, get dust in them, whereas cardboard is rolled and very clean and easier to practice asepticity with. There is a general perception amongst consumers, amongst society, that an ambient long life product is a very unnatural product, that it has been interfered with, that it has preservatives, or it has been taken down a road of extreme intervention in order to make it an ambient long life product. And this is not true. Our carrot juice is 100% pure. Nothing's added to it in the form of water. We don't add sugar. So the sweetness that there is natural. We don't add preservatives. We don't add colorants. The only thing which you would add is vitamin C. And the reason why we add vitamin C is very simple. It's an antioxidant. It's good for you. It's good for you and it's good for the juice too. Oxygen tends to break things down. The whole purpose of making an aseptic container is to cut it off from oxygen. And to put an antioxidant there is double security that this product is not going to begin to break down its life force. After that, there is no further addition. It's off to the boxing machine where the 100% pure carrot sap is bottled in an aseptic environment so that when you open it, the life force that has been captured in the golden hour window is now ready to be consumed. It is a radical process. It is a world first. It is something that has never been done before. We can have had all the research and all the ideas and all the benefits of carrot juice, but nobody's been able to produce it commercially. And here, for the first time, we have a golden hour captured life force, pure carrot juice in a bottle, uninterfered with. I think that blows the theory of an ambient, long life carrot juice being an interfered with or a compromised product is totally fallacious. This is the best there is.